Okay, the the real storyline of this game was our inability to possess the football. You know, we're not good enough to turn the ball over 5 times against a team like the Washington Huskies and come away with a win. That's the bottom line. We had some opportunities in the first half offensively. I thought we moved the ball well in the first half offensively. We failed to convert those into points. On a couple drives, we had 2 turnovers in the red zone in the first half and 1 turnover in the red zone in the second half, which really was the main reason for our demise. Didn't help that we started the game giving up a touchdown on the on the opening kickoff with the turnover there and allowing them to scoop and score in the end zone or get the ball into the end zone. So that was not the best way to start the game. Defensively, I thought we played well in the first half. Limited him to really just a field goal, and that was based on 2 ignorant penalties that we should not have committed that helped that drive. But as I always say, you judge the game as a whole, not in bits and sections, and we did not play well in the second half defensively. And so overall, it wasn't the way we typically play defense. Gave up too many rushing yards, didn't tackle well enough. Things that we usually do a good job of didn't show up in the game Saturday. Special teams was really a non-factor other than the first play of the game that I mentioned. That was a big downer, but other than that, I thought we punted the ball well. We covered kicks well. I think they're all touchbacks, 3 touchbacks. So really nothing to speak of in the special teams aspect of the game, but bottom line is we're 0-2 in conference play. We got to regroup. It doesn't get any easier this week. In fact, it gets more difficult. Arizona State Sun Devils are an excellent football team. They're playing very well, scoring a lot of points, playing good defense. So we got our hands full, and we need to have a great week of practice, and we need to correct the deficiencies that we had in the game on Saturday. Most prominently the turnovers, and that hasn't shown up this season. The first 3 ball games we were very good possessing the football. Then all of a sudden this past game, very bad. So we got to get back to doing what we were doing in the first 3 games as far as possessing the football. Jordan Wynn, still don't know any more now than we knew yesterday. He's up there as we speak getting evaluated, MRIs, x-rays, and so forth. So as soon as we have information on that, we'll release it, but we just don't have it at this point in time. Questions?
As you look back on the tape, why did you struggle to run the football Saturday, and how much more does that have to be a factor if John is your guy moving forward?
Yeah, we couldn't get any movement on the line of scrimmage. That was the #1 issue, is we didn't get any knockoff with the front line. Defensively, we played the run exceptionally well in the first half, not so good in the second half. We weren't getting off blocks. We weren't tackling in the second half like we were in the first half defensively. So it was a situation where when you turn the ball over first, like I talked about, that's a situation where it's almost impossible to overcome. When you combine that with not being able to run the football offensively and not being able to stop the run defensively, that's a recipe for a loss, and that's what it turned out to be.
Kyle, are there any thoughts of using Devontae or anybody else at quarterback if you need to? Or
well, we're exploring all options, and we got to look at every possible way to move the football and generate some offense. And so if it's going to a wildcat type of thing that you're talking about, yeah, is it going to be Devontae? He's one candidate, but we're going to have to look at all avenues to try to move the football.
As you've looked at Arizona State, plugged in the tape, especially on the offensive side, what are your impressions of Osweiler in the offense?
Very good. Osweiler throws the ball well. He's a big kid, 6'8", and throws it around very well. He's accurate. He's got some good receivers. The Pflugrad kid, #4, is a very good receiver. He's got some other big targets. They got some guys that are exceptionally fast and athletic. Middlebrooks. Miles is an exceptional returner as well. He's a phenomenal punt returner and kickoff returner. So they've got a lot of weapons. Their offensive line is playing efficiently, and they spread you out and they get the ball to their playmakers in open space, and that's a dangerous combination.
Kyle, despite the records and that, do you still approach this as the South Division championship game, or in any way, shape, or form?
We got to get a South Division win, first of all. I mean, our goal, obviously at the beginning of the year was to win the South Division, but you can't do that without getting your first win, and so that's what we're shooting for. And we knew it was going to be competitive. This is a competitive league. Every week is going to be like this, and I don't know if people thought we were going to come in and take the Pac-12 by storm and just walk through it. I mean, that's not reality. That is not reality. This is a good conference. It's going to take time. Recruiting classes build up our personnel, continue to build up our personnel and our roster, and it's a process. And that's I had, obviously we have high expectations, and everyone wants to win every ball game, but it's very difficult in this league to do that.
Are you having to kind of remind the team too? I mean, is there a sense they're kind of getting down on themselves now that they've lost two
Well, I hope
games,
not.
or?
What you got to remind them of is keep their head up, and it's competitive every week, and you got to fight your way through adversity. Right now we're in the middle of adversity, and it's a situation where you find out who you really are when adversity strikes, and what you're made of. And that's the point we're at right now. Now the sky is not falling. I mean, we're 2-2. It's not like we're sitting here at 0-4 and can't score a point or can't stop anybody. We've done some good things this season, but we lost a tough Pac-12 game at home at USC's place, and then we got beat Saturday, and again, it's the complexion of the game. If you're able to convert in the red zone instead of turn it over, the complexion of the game changes, and we have a legitimate chance to win. But that's ridiculous to say that, because we didn't. They made the plays, we didn't. We've got to make those plays. That's the bottom line. Is we got to make those plays when they're there to be made. And there's very little margin for error in this conference. It's not like years past where we can get away with 4 or 5 turnovers and still come away with victory. You cannot do that in this league.